Hello and welcome. It's a Time to Go Wild podcast. Something a little different this week from the Time to Go Wild radio show. It's a podcast special. We haven't had a live show this week because of fixtures and commitments, but we are bringing you a special little podcast with some of the up-and-coming news, fixtures, and of course the post-match interviews from when the YKK Widnes Wild took on the Hull Jets at the weekend. We hope you're going to enjoy this special little offering, so stick around, enjoy it. For another week, it's time to go wild. Hello and welcome to this Time to Go Wild podcast special. We did not have a full show this week on HCR 92.3 FM. However, we did manage to have a very, very busy weekend of ice hockey for the YKK Widnes Wild playing out of Planet Ice Widnes. We had the Telford Tigers D2 visitors on Saturday, and then, of course, the Hull Jets in a big, big fixture on Sunday. I'm going to give you a little roundup of the scores from across the Daigle League, and then, of course, those important interviews that I managed to catch up with several people at the end of the game on Sunday. A quick roundup of the scores from across the Daigle League from last weekend. Saturday was a very important game. YKK Widnes Wild 7, Telford Tigers D2 2, and on Sunday Blackburn Hawks D2 1, Bradford Bulldogs 8, and YKK Widnes Wild 5, Hull Jets 4. All very big games going on that weekend for your YKK Widnes Wild. And after the game at the weekend against the Jets, I managed to catch up with a few people for some important interviews.
I think I've just about caught my breath after nothing much in it but the thinnest of papers between two teams fighting for the top, the Hull Jets and the YKK Widnes Wild. And I've been joined by an old friend of mine, now back playing with the Hull Jets after many years, if I get it in the right order, Humberside Seahawks, Humberside Hawks, Hull Thunder, Hull Stingrays, and Hull Jets interspersed in between them. He's only a young man. He hasn't played many hockey games. Mark Florence.
Yeah, that's me. Yep, 40 years young.
Oh, crikey. No, I am feeling old. Well, Mark, first off, you've not played for a few years. You're back this year. What made you decide to lace the boots up again?
Well, I was really missed it for a lot of years. I had a young family, lots of work commitments, so I was sort of finished playing with the Stingrays about sort of 10, 11 years ago. I had a year with the Jets in the old English National League, and then sort of had my 30s pretty much out of the game, and then sort of decided last summer, changing career, sort of missed the game. So children are a bit older now, so I wanted to come back and sort of dust off the skates and have a go again.
Well, you didn't look out of place, I can tell you that much.
Well, thank you. So getting a little bit tired now towards the end of shifts. So sort of the first sort of 2 or 3 months back, it was tough going. My wife saw me looking like about a 90-year-old man every Monday morning after I'd played, but I'm feeling a lot better on my feet now. I feel like I've got a bit of jump back again and contributing now. Sort of feeling a lot better than what I was at the start of the season.
I mean, no doubt. I mean, of course, you've kept your eye on things with all the teams over in Hull, and the rebirth in a way of the Jets over particularly the last 5-6 years.
Yeah, I mean, I think with the Jets, they went into part of the junior club along 10, 11 years ago now, but they've always been a good competitive team. I actually first played, believe it or not, as a 14-year-old lad for the Jets when I was in 1994 of all years. So it's a long time ago. It was the Humberside Jets, but we've always been competitive in first of all the top tier of the English League, and now League Two in the conference that we're playing in. We've got Andy Dainty, we've got Mike Roddy on board this year, so we've got a really good coaching team. We've had a lot of guys who's had quite a bit of success in this league. We've got some really good players there. picking up lots of results, and say it's the first time we've not got a point since the beginning of December against Altrincham. So we've been on a really good run, and obviously we need to get back on that as soon as we can, hopefully next week.
I mean, this year it's been the Jets flying high. Last year it was Widnes. And tonight you can just see just how competitive the two teams are. Okay, I mean, there was that one game early in the season where Widnes got blown away.
Yeah, I mean, that was obviously a bit of an anomaly now because we've played 2 games the last 2 weeks. And so we had a draw last week. We had sort of a 1-goal game this week. Could have gone either way. We had a lead going into the third period. Took a shift off right at the start of the third, which was the big change. I mean, the penalty shot they took really well, but it was sort of really tight all the way through to the end of the game. They could have pulled it back, but say the goaltender was given man of the match there tonight, and he fully deserved it. He made some big saves at big times there.
Yes, I mean, I was absolutely, it was a quaking in your boots moment for both teams. Nobody gave up. Everyone just kept digging in, and getting that 4th goal in the last minute still gave the Jets a chance at getting the equaliser and taking it to overtime.
Yeah. I mean, that was it. I mean, we sort of scored the equaliser, to pull it back to within 1, tried to get the goalie out again. We just wanted to get some possession in the zone. Just never really got it into a goal-scoring chance. We sort of stayed on the perimeter, never got that goal-scoring chance there to equalise in the last few seconds. But we left ourselves with a lot to do. But say, we've won games this season that perhaps we had no right in winning. Particularly went to Bradford and sort of turned that one round. Altrincham early on in the year, we were down by a couple. So it's our first time with no points away from home this year. So we've been pretty consistent. We've still got a good lead in the league. Obviously, I think we need 3 points out of our last 4 games to guarantee the title. And obviously, by playing the way we have all the year gives us that bit of luxury, really, to come into Widnes. And it's not a fatal blow for our league aspirations. We're still there fighting. We've got sort of 4 games in the next 3 weeks to try and sew up the league.
I mean, yeah, we've got the last game of the season, I think, for both teams is back here in Planet Ice Widnes.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, obviously, with us, we're very aware of that. It's our priority really to be coming here and the league to be done. We've got Bradford at home next weekend. We need to get back on the winning side of things next week. Then if we need 2 or 3 points now to win the league, I think it's probably 3 that we need after tonight. And so we've put ourselves in this position, so we need to have a good week in practice and get back in the win column next week.
Yeah, I mean, of course, the playoffs. This will be your first experience of the D2 playoffs in the north as it now stands. Yeah. I mean, you've probably been aware of the atmosphere that's been here at Planet Ice Widnes in particular over the last couple of years, and it's been an exciting set of games. I take it you're looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think Final 4 weekends are brilliant. Right the way from obviously the Elite League, right the way down through the IHA League. So I think it's a great, it's a really good spectacle at the end of the season. They're always a lot of fun to play in. Obviously, we want to put ourselves in the prime position to get the first game and to come in as the number 1 seeds. But yeah, I mean, I watched a bit on the internet last year of the Jets when they were here, and it does look like a really good weekend, one that we've qualified for as of Widnes, and we're looking forward to. Obviously, we've got to finish off and come in as a positive note as possible in the next month's time.
Well, I mean, it's been great catching up with you after all these years. It's been very strange. I caught you on the hop a bit during warm-up.
Yeah, well, that's when I saw you waving at me. I was like, yeah, okay, that's turning back the clock a bit from the Hawks and the Thunder and even the Stingray days. So, yeah, but there we go. So, nice to see you.
Well, anyway, I'll let you go, get rested and get off home. Cheers for joining me.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you very much.
I've also managed to catch Hull Jets coach Andy Daintith after, we've had a thrilling weekend here, and the last 2 games between the Wild and the Jets, barely anything in them.
Yeah, it's been they've been both good games. That's what you want to that's what you see. Both teams could have scored. We had so many chances in that third period. It didn't happen. But we just got to get refocused and go for our next game. There is highs and lows in the league, and it does happen, but you just got to reset and go for your next game.
I mean, it proves just how competitive the two teams are and have been over the last few years. Every game, pretty much, apart from the odd anomaly, it's next to nothing in them.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what you want to see. You want to come and have these games every week, and they are end-to-end games. And we was commanding it in the second period. We've gone into the third. Two not errors. They were just 2 good goals. Scored quick ones. We had our chances, didn't score them, and that's the way it is. And 5-4. It's just the way it goes.
I mean, the noise from the crowd tonight, you could tell just how intense the atmosphere was, and the players were you could see the difference between when they were relaxed playing and when the tension was getting to both sides.
Yeah, it was a good atmosphere. Always is when you come here. And that's what you want in games. The atmosphere was fantastic. We didn't come without the 2 points, which is just it's just one of them things, Col. One of them things.
See you Wednesday.
I mean, each team is one of those that can have a top moment, and
all right.
The Jets, I mean, have been flying high, as I've been saying a number of times, and this year the title is still within. It's yours to take now.
We've still got to win a couple of games. I think we still need to get 3 points out of our last 3 games, 4 games or something. So we still got to try and grasp them 3 points or 4 points, what we need. But we just got to keep digging away, and we just got to reset and, like you say, just carry on, get going again.
It shows how competitive this division is and the quality of all the teams. That it is actually so tight, especially in the top 4.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like we say in our last 4 games against the top 4 sides, and it is I think this is one of the better league than the Div 1. I just think the strength in both sides and in the top 4 sides is fantastic.
We've got the Final 4 weekend coming up in a few weeks' time as well. I take it, preparations aren't going too far in advance, but there's always an eye on what you're going to be thinking about for that Final 4 weekend.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, we don't know who we're going to be playing at the moment. We don't know where we're going to finish. So obviously, we want to finish top. That's where we've been all season, and I think that's what we deserve. You're going to lose. Like I said to the guys before, there is games where you're going to lose, and you just got to rebound for it. Look at Widnes; they've lost a stack this year, and the same with Bradford, and the same with Altrincham. So it's just one of them things.
Well, it's still a tough run out for both sides. A few weeks left to go, but I think everyone's going to be really focused on just giving that final push.
Absolutely, and that's what it's all about. That's what we're here for.
Well, thanks for joining me. Let you go off home.
No worries.
Catch you again soon.
All right, take care, pal.
I got a view from the YKK Widnes Wild bench after an absolutely nip and tuck game with between the YKK Wild and the Hull Jets. I've got Richard Charles with me. Rich, oof.
Good, exciting game. That's the lads want a hockey game like that every night, every week. We knew it was going to be a tough game. We had a game plan. We stuck to it. It's worked. The lads have worked extremely hard for themselves and for each other. They've done it all right tonight. And in the end, it got tough. But Phil, great game from Phil. A couple of breakaways where that really could have punished us, and he stood on his head for that. And then getting that penalty shot, Dippy scoring that, that was the nail in the coffin. So yeah, good all-round performance tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Hull scored quickly at the beginning of the game, and then Wild managed to get it back, and then chase the game for a while. And it's always tough when you're chasing a game.
Yeah, and that was coming out of the third. We said we lost a couple of. That seems to be a thing with us. We could come out at the start of a period and we're not quite screwed on, and we lose these odd goals, and then you're always coming from behind. I thought the start to the third was exactly what we want, and I was about to turn and say to somebody, that's probably the best start to a period I've seen in this club. I didn't, because I didn't want to then jinx it. But they came out, got 2 quick goals, and then that just lifted everybody. The adrenaline was buzzing, the heart rate was buzzing. That was hockey game. That's what it's all about.
I mean, yeah, it was serious moments when they got their breakaways, and how Phil managed to just stretch that pad out was unbelievable.
Yeah, and it must be difficult. You've got to keep that concentration going. He got a lot of traffic tonight, not loads, but then when it mattered, he was there, and he watched the puck, and he stopped those goals going in, and that's done us a massive favour.
I mean, both nights the defence actually was playing some very key points last night as well. Dan Fay in particular stood out last night and again tonight.
Yeah, they're good, solid players. We've got a good group of guys here, right through. There's a reason that they're here, because they're good players. And when it ticks like a Swiss watch. When they get it right, they get it right. And tonight was one of those nights. And again, I wasn't there last night, but I believe last night as well. It did come together. And 3 weekends on the trot, we've won all the games. You can't ask for more.
Yeah, I suppose that's the best thing. I mean, 2 points is 2 points, however you get them.
Yeah, and at this stage of the season, they're all double points. This is a massive win for us tonight, and a massive scalp as well for beating Hull. They're top of the league. It sends a message that we're here fighting, and we've not given up yet.
I mean, the league title is a tough ask, but besides that, there's always the top seeding to get the home line change at playoffs, and second place can be as good as first place in terms of getting that home advantage for the playoff game.
Yep, and it's one game at a time. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We think about the next game and winning that next game, and that's as far as it goes, and so on until the end of the season.
I suppose that's the best way of looking at it at this stage. It's so tight, you've just got to keep that focus.
And it's in their hands. We said this in training on Thursday. This is your destiny. It's up to you guys now. You put the effort in. We've got 1 month left at the end of the season. We've just got to be at training, work hard, turn up for every game, put in the effort like we've done tonight, and the reward comes.
The noise tonight from the crowd was phenomenal. I mentioned it earlier, and it was just fantastic.
And it can sometimes get a bit frustrating because we're just about to do a bit of talking and then the drum starts banging and the crowd starts screaming. But yeah, that's a massive thing. That might have been last night. There weren't many people in. It's a Saturday night. People have things on, but we want to play here at home on a Sunday and get this crowd behind us.
Yeah, it's just fantastic. Last couple of words just to sort of get everyone in the mood. I know we're not at home next weekend, but we're on the road. It's still a big game.
And it's another game. Let's not get drawn into who it is, who we're playing, what it's about. It's one more game. We deal with it in the same way. We prepare the same way as we do for every game, and we look to hopefully come away with another 2 points.
Well, thank you for joining me. Best of luck for next weekend. I'll catch you again soon.
Cheers, Colin. Thanks very much. Cheers.
I've also been joined by a young man who, by the looks of things, can be a bit of a clown at times, looking at a certain bit of ink on his chest. But we still love him. It's young Mikey Gilbert.
Hi, Colin.
Well, Mikey, you weren't quite able to make it last night, but tonight the extra bodies counted, I think.
Yeah, I couldn't make it last night, unfortunately, but tonight I felt that the lines clicked really well. They clicked really well in training. And we brought that into the game this weekend, and we got a couple of nice goals from it.
It was a very, very big game, massive crowd, everyone was going. We had to chase the game yet again. It seems to be a habit for the guys having to chase a game, but it shows character.
Yeah, we were in the same situation when we played them away as well. We were down 3-2 going into the third period, and that was the mentality we really took into this game, where we thought, it's still all to play for. If we get a good start to the third period, we can get out the blocks well and get ahead. And it proved that, and we won the game.
It's never over till the final buzzer goes, and Hull proved that. We're getting a fourth goal to take it to 5-4, and still possibly squeak a chance of the draw in overtime.
Yeah, unfortunately we got a penalty. I think it was in the last 40 seconds. In the last 2 minutes, and then they scored with 40 seconds to go, making it 5-4. So we had to pull together, block all the shots, keep everything to the outside, and just work hard right to that final buzzer.
And it's literally putting your body on the line in those kind of cases, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You've got to get in front of those shots, do what's right for your team. Fazy made a couple of good blocks at the end. I thought we all did really well, yeah.
The other week in Hull as well, that was a big result compared to sending a message back after what had happened previously.
Yeah, we needed it. We owed them a game. We owed them a couple of games for that result, and we always have good battles with Hull, and I felt that we brought it to them today, just like last week as well. And yeah, 2 good games.
And next weekend we'll just sort of look forward. A lot of junior fixtures here at Planet Ice Widnes. We've got the under-15s in action on Saturday against D-side, and then again on Sunday against I think we said Blackburn,
Storm.
And then we've got 13s against Manchester.
Yeah.
Was it Bradford for the 15s or Blackburn? I can't remember now. But the academy, particularly the 13s and 15s in their second season, have been having a really good run of things.
Yeah, it's the second season playing for the 13s and 15s. 18s and 11s the first season, and the 13s and 15s are really kicking on. We're winning a few games. 13s are near the top. I think we're battling for top spot. I think we're second at the minute. And yeah, they're playing well. They're showing that they've got a season behind them in experience. They're listening and training really well, and they're putting it to work in games.
It shows how much heart and effort and desire that everyone's got within the whole academy, just how well all of the teams have progressed. Even just improvements in positioning with the 11s and skating abilities, and the way the 18s have all gelled as well.
Yeah, we've got some great volunteer coaches, and then the managers as well, and the committee. Everyone builds in together, and I think it's proving in the juniors gameplay. Like you say, defensively we're a lot stronger throughout the season. Offensively we're getting more goals, and they're all building together and listening and training and putting it to work.
Well, it's a road game next week for the YKK Widnes Wild, but it's one game at a time till to take it through.
It is, yeah. We've got to push for this title. We've got to retain it, and we've just got to take one game at a time and win each one.
And then just wherever things go, just move on from that.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, thanks for joining me. I'll let you get rested and ready for next weekend.
Cheers, Colin.
We still have some very, very important fixtures coming up over the next few weeks to take us all the way through to playoffs. Here we go, starting on Saturday the 14th of March. Kingston under-11s face the Widnes under-11s at 12:45 in the afternoon. On the same day, Solway Sharks ladies take on the Widnes Wild women. Big game for them. That's at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And again on Saturday, the Widnes under-15s host the D-side under-15s, 7:45 face-off at Planet Ice Widnes. On Sunday 15th of March, the Widnes under-13s host the Manchester under-13s at 4:30 p.m. Also on the same day, the Widnes under-15s are in action again against Blackburn at 6 p.m. Both games at Planet Ice Widnes. Or the alternative, pop over to D-side because the Dragons host the YKK Widnes Wild. That's at 5:45 p.m. On the 21st of March, Saturday, Widnes under-9s are in cross-ice action in D-side at 4:20 in the afternoon. Also, Billingham under-11s host the Wild under-11s at 5:30 p.m. And our final game for the Saturday the 21st of March, Telford Tigers D2 host your YKK Widnes Wild, 7 p.m. face-off. And then on Sunday 22nd of March, it's the YKK Widnes Wild hosting the Blackburn Hawks D2, 5:30 p.m. face-off. And Saturday 28th of March, final league game of the season for your YKK Widnes Wild as they yet again host the Hull Jets, 5:30 p.m. face-off. And then on Sunday the 29th of March, Blackburn under-13s host your Wild under-13s, 4:45 p.m. face-off for that one. And of course, the big weekend, Saturday and Sunday, the 4th of April, the NIHL Division 2 North Ladler Playoff Weekend at Planet Ice Widnes. Get your tickets. Get them now. It's going to be a cracker. We know who 3 of the teams are already. Who's going to be the 4th? We'll have to find out in due course. Well, that's about it for the Time to Go Wild podcast special. I hope you've enjoyed it. The Time to Go Wild radio show will be back on air not this coming Monday, but on Monday the 23rd of March. So get that in your diaries. We have 3 shows to come between now and the end of the season, which will include a post-playoff special. So I hope you can all join us again from Monday 23rd, live and direct on HCR 92.3 FM. But from me, for another week, enjoy your hockey wherever you are. Till next time, ta-ra.